Reporting out there. Tonight, we are also hearing from a man fearing that his brother and his family were swept away at the height of the flood.
He is now looking for his brother, his sister-in-law, and their baby. News 4 San Antonio's Zach Hedrick continues team coverage in Kerrville live tonight.
Hey Mandy, Jonathan, yeah, this is a story that we've been following since late last night, and I want to give you a sense of where we are. We're about a couple of miles south of the main Kerrville town center, and I know there's not a lot of light in this neighborhood, but you can kind of see behind me some of the destruction that the floodwaters left behind. You see that one of the cars of this family has been recovered, and then you see the steps, so you can maybe kind of make them out leading up to the house that's no longer there on that foundation. We learned today it got swept maybe at least 50 or even 60 yards down to where you see the lights on that police card there down at the far end of the street. So that is a long way for this house to be traveling. And as you mentioned, 3 people were inside that house when it got swept away. A man by the name of Leo, his wife Natalia, and their young baby boy under the age of 2 by the name of Carlos. Today I spoke with his brother Miguel Romero. They've been out here since early this afternoon digging through the debris with their bare hands. Somebody brought in a backhoe as well to help them. They're just trying to find any answers that they can to find their relatives.
A lot of emotions, especially when we found, stuff of the baby, the bottles, some pictures, his bed, just everything. And we even found my brother's bed, and my other brother Gustavo, he was like, well, that's his bed. And I was getting ready for the worst to see if something was tangled up in there. When I pulled out the baby's crib, it felt like something heavy was in there, but luckily it was just water. But right there and then you don't know.
It's been an emotional day for Miguel and his family, and they're going to be out here tomorrow. They stopped their search a little before 9 o'clock tonight when they ran out of daylight, but they're going to be back out here again. They're hoping by sharing their story that some other county officials or even state search and rescue teams will be able to come out and help them find Miguel's brother, his wife, and that young baby boy. Just a heartbreaking story out here tonight, Jonathan and Mandy.
Zach, I was listening to that interview, and I have a question for you, because he was explaining as you were talking to him, we're going to keep coming out here, and we've looked around, and I didn't know if I would find him in the mud or under the limbs. It horribly seems like they're not expecting to find their loved ones alive.
Yeah, they've kind of accepted that fact. It sounds like just talking to Miguel at this point, but they're still wanting to be out here and looking for them, because they just want to know what happened and finding them, so they at least have some closure. So yeah, Mandy, it's emotionally just heart-wrenching stuff listening to them, and they've been out here all day. Miguel's wife Julie was telling us that she had to keep reminding her husband and the rest of his relatives to stop and take breaks, because these guys were going nonstop since very early in the afternoon.